Hello friends, welcome back to RC416. Today's video is going to be about how I waterproof the servo. It's a collection of techniques that I saw in different videos, and I thought I would just apply all of them to one servo and kind of see how it goes. So I hope you find this video useful, informative, or at least fun. I decided to do this because I have a servo. I bought a servo on Amazon. It was a Flash Hobby 60 kg direct power, waterproof, blah 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 servo. And just on the second outing, it got wet and started acting up and twitching, responding, not responding, being limpy, being dead. Just clearly, it wasn't acting right. I said, why not open up the servo and give it a visual inspection? And what I found was what looked like corrosion growing onto the signal wire and making it short with the positive. I used this electric contact cleaner to spray the circuitry board and cleaned it out a little bit. So it looks like this now. A little bit better. And now I'm just gonna hook it back up and see if it still works after the cleaning. This is our power button here. Trusty Traxxas controller. Oh, it looks like it's working still. Okay, so it's a good sign. So from here, I'm just gonna disassemble it further and try to apply some kind of waterproofing technique to it. So stay tuned, we'll see what happens. So from here, I'm going to apply a layer of, what is this? Conformal coating. I already applied a little layer, and now I'm going to show you how I did it. It's basically brush like this, dip it in, and then just brush it on, dip in some more, and brush on this part here, more here, and then we're gonna get in there and just brush it all with the conformal coating. Sorry about the zoom. Well, you got the idea. Before closing up this end of the servo, I put marine goop all around the edges on the servo itself, as well as the cover. This is the product that I used, and I did not end up using the rubber gasket that was in the servo. It kind of just became trash once I opened it. So I just gooped up the edges and screwed the back cover back onto the servo. Here I'm just showing you where I applied the goop. I then removed the gear cover. I removed all the gears and I ended up washing them, cleaning them, getting rid of the grease that was in there, which was pretty bad and mixed with water, and it was muggy and not good anymore. And I ended up applying marine grease. Here I just used a syringe and, I kind of put it around the shaft and all the gears, but in the end I ended up just putting it all over this part of the servo and just kind of putting the cover back on. Completely filled this part with marine grease. I find if you use a syringe, you can fill things with grease really quickly and very thoroughly. With the gear cover back on, time to hook up the servo and see if it still works after everything we just did to it. Let's hit the power button and see if the servo still moves when we hit the controller. And it's moving nicely, twitching when I hit it quick, turns left right when I turn it slow. Good news. Now this step here is external waterproofing. I just literally dipped the servo into a can of latex paint. I basically let it dry a couple hours and dipped it again, let it dry a couple hours and dipped it again. And I also used the brush to spread the paint, make sure the exterior of the servo is covered all around where the screws go, in the parts, in the seams where the cover is attached to the front and back of the servo, and especially where the cables are that I enter in the servo, because I realized that the way the water got into this servo was through the connector. When I was doing this part, it was really hot outside, so I put it outside to dry, and it dried really quick. But you want to be sure before putting on more layers that each layer is totally and completely dry. Here it is after having been dipped a few times. I also used a brush to help me spread the paint into all the tight spots. And this is what it ended up looking like. Time to once again see if it still works. Very last technique is putting a little rubber washer, rubber gasket underneath the servo horn, and putting the servo horn back on, putting it on the truck and testing it out for one last time. Remember, this video is a collection of various techniques. I've tried all of these for the first time. I've never done this before. You can choose to do any of them, one of them, all of them, or none of them. I hope this video was useful, informative, or at least fun.